I had a lot of problems with the agency. And I had to contact FPA and let them know what was going on, and they had helped me through the whole process of the agency trying to violate my rights of my home. And these are people that I've trusted as being a foster parent, who I've communicated with all the time during the whole process of becoming a foster parent. And when you're involved with these agencies, you think that when you're communicating with them and going through these classes that they're your friend, but when you speak up for yourself and you have a voice and you let them know, these are the rules. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. And they didn't like that I had a voice. And so from that day on, I went through hell, and they forced me pretty much to have to come out of the agency, and knowing that I've done a lot of good by the kids that was in my home. The children that I've had was below grade average, and they have excelled while they were in my home, and so it caused me to have to leave, you know, the agency because of all the problems that they were giving me. And I just want foster parents to know that every step of the way as a foster parent, you have to be hands-on, documenting everything. Even when they come into your home, have a book for yourself, as in when they cancel appointments and don't show up, because at the end of the day, when you confront them about things that they aren't doing right, they're coming for you. And they're going to make up all kinds of false allegations against you, and to, you know, mess up your reputation as a foster parent and try to taint your character as you someone else other than what you know that you are. So just be very careful, because they're not your friends. And that's all I have to say. Have a nice day.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lynette Mcintosh. I've been affected by ACS. I have a child who's been acting out and with behavior problems, and they tried to put her on medication, which they did. She had a lot of side effects. I left her in the hospital not once but twice. The hospital of Brookdale called ACS on me, sitting giving me help, because I know therapy wasn't helping my daughter, and she needed more upper level of help. And sitting the Brookdale Hospital giving me more help, they called ACS on me. When ACS came into our lives, they not asked me how can they help me, give help to my child. They direct me to go to court and charge neglect against me for leaving my child. Not only in the hospital, I refused to pick her up because of her anger issues and the thinking of her well-being and her safety when she go outside, don't want to come home, hanging with the gang members, and, you know, being very disrespectful. All I was asking for is for more services than therapy. They always want to put her on medication. Within court right now, they are trying to persuade me, convince me that they're helping me, and they're not helping me. I mean, the behavior of these staff, they don't want to, they told me that in order for us to give you services, we have to own the child, take her into custody. Okay, I've tried to fight that to get try to help my daughter, try to get help for my daughter while she was in my care, but ACS refused to give me services. So when I left the child in the hospital, because she was being very out of control with her anger issues and fighting siblings, and therapy wasn't helping, so I refused to pick up from the hospital. Now we back in court. ACS is charging me a neglect because I failed to pick her up. What about helping a parent, because I'm a single parent, and I'm asking just for help, to help my child go to another level of getting more services than therapy, you know? And right away they want to put her on medication, which I'm against it. You know what I mean? Because medication didn't help, but it gave her a lot of side effects. Well, right now they're asking me to volunteer my child in another placement where she's in Children's Village located in the Bronx, right? And they didn't give me, they let me know where she was located within a month while she was in the system. So now what I'm doing right now, they're asking me to do a revoluntation placement. Not telling me where they want to place the child, but they want me to volunteer a volunteering placement, and then they won't tell me exactly where they placed in my child. I refuse to put my child on a volunteering placement. Every time they ask me to do a volunteering placement, what they do is take matters in their own hand and turn around and just do what they want to do and exclude me out like I'm not the parent and my rights has not been violated. I'm still active in my child. I still support my child. I still go see my child. They're not even giving her, they're not even helping her with taking care of her hygiene while she's in their care. They're not buying her no clothes. They're telling her she got to earn it. And I'm doing everything I could to give my daughter the support, and I not want miss no visits. Now I'm in court right now. The judge don't even want to see me because I refuse to abide by what ACS want me to do. Once I agree, they got another plan and another topic. And I'm just trying to stay on my rights of fighting for what I feel is best for my child. And I know I'm going to need the help from FPA Foundation because I can't do this by myself. You know what I mean? So with that, I want to just thank you, everybody, for listening to my story and hope, you know, I get my child and get the support she needs. Within that, thank you for letting me share.
Good evening. I'm Helen Jones, and my rights been violated because of my grandchildren. I have 3 of them. Been in the system for 12 years. I still haven't seen them or talked to them. And I'm terribly upset about it. If the news says I was abusive, and I know I wasn't, but it was unfounded, so I still have a right to see and talk to my grandchildren, and they have a right to be home. Thank you.
Good afternoon, community. My name is Sonia. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a mother of 7. And my case started back in 2007. I had a 17-year-old son removed from my home along with my 9-year-old twins and my 6-year-old son. My story is the allegation by my oldest daughter, the oldest of the 7. What ACS did when they did come in, listening to her false allegations, they took my kids out of the home because I was a Brooklyn resident and I moved to the Bronx. They took my kids out of the home because she made them feel like I was incapable of taking care of my children when I had no help raising her and any of the kids. I did call an ACS case on her in the beginning when I came home from Georgia. I called the case because she was very overpowering over her other siblings. And I made the call to ACS because there was no other help I can get. I went to the precinct, I went to the courts, I called a couple of neighbors. No one came out to help me and support me. So what I did in reaching out for help, not trying to get her in any kind of trouble, because she's also a mandated reporter, which I was also, she took offense to it when I was trying to do something positive as a parent. What happened then was my son didn't come home from school one day after me trying to chastise him. I had slapped him in his face, and it wasn't even a hard slap. He just got upset because he didn't want to live in the Bronx with me. He went to his sister, and she alleged the story to ACS. So after that, 4 days later, the ACS lady came to the Bronx to my house, and she removed the other 3 children. Excuse me. When she removed the children, she didn't have a warrant. She didn't tell me anything about my rights. When she came in, I knew she had spoken to my oldest daughter, just by the way she came into the home. Because she went to court telling the judge they were in imminent danger, but yet you came back 4 days later for my children. And when you came back on a Friday, we were sitting down to the table eating good food. No food from the restaurant. So when we got to court, she lied on me and said, I said I didn't know where my oldest son was, and that the kids were in imminent danger. Those were 2 lies that she told, and the judge did challenge her. But still my case proceeded on because of my oldest daughter. And in her thinking she was helping me, she was hurting me. And what she said to me, she didn't do it to hurt me, she did it to help me. So I'm thinking she has a little something twisted in her head, because this is the case from 2007 until now, where they were in kinship, and now they're being switched to KINGAP. They didn't tell me anything about what KINGAP was. So my concerns were telling what was happening in the home where they did place them. When they asked me, did I have anywhere for the kids to go, I said no, because everybody home seemed to have had an issue. What I was fighting for was for them not to take the kids out. The ACS lady, when she did come to my home, was escorted by the police. And the cop said, I think you're making the wrong call. And when she waved, she dismissed what he said, and she proceeded on doing what she wanted to do. And I had told him, she's gone by, they got allegations of my daughter who had the problem with me, but never sat down to the table to speak to me. When I asked her to come together with me to the table, round table, to see what was going on, she said there was nothing to talk about. But yet she had all these allegations about me, trying to defame my character. And I want to know why wasn't it that she was able to sit down at the table to me, mandated by the court, to speak and tell all her allegations, not to bring the people that knew what was going on with me. Because I didn't raise my children by myself. It was the community in the village. And I did that on purpose. Because I always knew you always need a witness. That's why there's a mother and a father. So when the kids get out of control, they try to play you against each other. So I'm here to speak out for ACS reform. The workers that are coming out of school and don't know field work, they're coming in your house being inappropriate with your partner, if you have one in a home, and they're putting allegations and making you look like you the scum of the earth when you get to court. And when you don't have no support with you, it's a hard fight. It's a hard fight because it's them against you. When you didn't even come into this, you went for help, and now it's a fight. So we want to get the word out to parents. It might not be you today. It might be somebody that don't like you tomorrow that can make a call, okay? And that will change your whole life. I lost my job. I lost all my license. The apartment I walked out of because I couldn't afford it anymore. You know, and I built myself. I paid for my own school. But the allegations she made, my daughter that I took care of, she lives now in my old apartment that I left her in. Not many parents do that. I didn't mean for her to stay in the project. Just be a little while so you can get out. But she took control over everything. She took control over ACS. She took control over the agencies. And what this child is fearing, putting fear in people, I would like to know what it is. Because as a mother, I was not able to stop her. And she tried to override me. So no judge brought her before them to find out what the problem was. Me, that is my child. I think she has a psycho situation going on with her. And she needs therapy, but yet I was made to go to therapy. I went to parenting classes too. Okay, I was a mother at 14. I've been in parenting classes. I know how it goes. I raised my brother and sister when my mother passed away. And any allegations came to me, it was all because of money. Had I gave the kids to people for the money, I wouldn't have had nothing against me. So as I'm helping people, and they're trying to tear me down for moving forward, I leave it in God's hands. Because this is a fight. And we all got to come together and fight this fight together and change for reform of ACS and watch all the people that call themselves watching us. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Donna. And I'm a part of the FPA Foundation. I became a part of the FPA Foundation because of the allegations that were called against me, and the thing is that everyone that spoke before me, they had the right idea. It's all about